The door slammed shut behind me, echoing through the empty apartment like a gunshot. My heart pounded as I stared at Alex, my roommate and best friend for 3 years, his face twisting from confusion to horror in the dim light of our Brooklyn living room. "What did you just say?" he whispered, his voice cracking, but I couldn't take it back. I just told him I was in love with him, and in that instant, everything we'd built shattered into irreparable pieces. I paced the room, my mind racing back to how it all started. It was freshman year at NYU, when Alex and I were randomly assigned as roommates. He was the golden boy from a small town in Ohio, tall, athletic, with that effortless charm that made everyone like him. I was the quiet kid from Chicago, hiding my sexuality behind books and late-night study sessions. We clicked immediately, bonding over bad pizza and all-night video game marathons. But as the months turned into years, my feelings deepened. I'd catch myself staring at him when he wasn't looking, feeling a pull that went beyond friendship. I knew it was dangerous, especially since Alex had always dated girls, but I convinced myself it was just a crush I'd get over. That illusion crumbled last summer. We took a road trip to the Hamptons with some friends. One night, after everyone else had passed out, Alex and I sat on the beach, the waves crashing under a star-filled sky. He opened up about his parents' divorce, how it made him question everything about love and commitment. His vulnerability hit me hard. As he talked, our hands brushed, and for a split second I thought he felt it too, the spark. But he pulled away, laughing it off as the beer talking. I buried it deeper, but the seed was planted. Back in the city, the tension built. Alex started dating Sarah, a fellow student from his psych class. She was nice, but watching them together was torture. I'd hear them laughing in his room, and it'd feel like a knife twisting in my gut. I tried dating too, a guy named Mike from a gay bar in the village, but it felt empty. Every time I looked at Alex, I saw what I really wanted. The internal conflict ate at me. Was I betraying our friendship by hiding this? Or would confessing destroy it? Society's voice whispered in my ear. Guys like us weren't supposed to fall for straight friends. But my heart screamed otherwise. Tonight, it all boiled over. We were watching a movie, some rom-com about unrequited love, and the irony was too much. When the credits rolled, I turned to him and blurted it out. "Alex, I'm gay, and I'm in love with you." His eyes widened, and he stood up abruptly, knocking over his beer. "Dude, what the hell? Are you serious?" The room spun. I nodded, my throat tight. He backed away, shaking his head. I need to think. This is messed up, man." And just like that, he grabbed his jacket and left. The doors slammed, sealing the fracture. I sank onto the couch, tears streaming down my face. What had I done? Our friendship was the one constant in my chaotic life. Parents who barely understood me, a city that swallowed you whole. Now, I'd risked it all for a truth that might not even matter. The next morning, Alex didn't come back. His texts were short. "Need space." I wandered the streets of Brooklyn, the bustling crowds a stark contrast to my isolation. Friends noticed something was off, but I couldn't explain. How do you tell people you blew up your life over feelings you couldn't control? Days turned into a week. I threw myself into work at the coffee shop, but every shift reminded me of Alex. He'd always stop by for a free latte. One evening, Sarah showed up, her eyes red from crying. "What happened between you two?" she demanded. I froze. Had he told her? "He broke up with me," she said, voice trembling. "Said he needs to figure things out." "Did you guys fight?" Guilt washed over me. My confession hadn't just hurt us. It rippled out, damaging others. I mumbled an apology and fled, realizing the cost of my honesty was higher than I'd imagined. That night, I called my mom. She was the only one who knew I was gay, having come out to her last Christmas. "Honey, love is messy," she said over the phone, her Chicago accent comforting. "But you can't force it. Give him time." But time felt like an enemy. What if he never forgave me? What if this was the end? As I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, I wondered if the pain of silence would have been better than this agony of truth. The conflict inside me raged. Society preached acceptance, But in reality, coming out in a straight-dominated world was a minefield. Alex's family was conservative. Mine was liberal on paper but hesitant in practice. I thought of all the stories I'd heard. Friends rejected, families torn apart. Was I selfish for putting this on him? Or brave for owning my truth? The questions haunted me as I drifted into uneasy sleep, the apartment feeling emptier than ever. Alex finally returned after 10 days, his duffel bag slung over his shoulder like he was coming back from a trip, not avoidance. The air was thick with unspoken words as he dropped his keys on the table. "We need to talk," he said, avoiding my eyes. My stomach nodded. This could be the end of our shared lease, our shared life. We sat across from each other at the kitchen table, the same one where we'd shared countless meals and laughs. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" he asked, his tone a mix of hurt and anger. I explained the fear, the risk of losing him, the societal pressure to stay hidden. He listened, but his face hardened. "You think I'm homophobic? That's insulting, man. But this, loving me, that's different. I'm straight, Ethan. I can't reciprocate that." The words stung, confirming what I knew but hoped against. As we talked, layers peeled back. Alex admitted he'd suspected something but ignored it, not wanting to rock the boat. "Our friendship meant everything to me," he said. "Now it feels tainted." Tainted, that word cut deep. Was my love a stain on our bond? I pushed back, arguing that feelings don't choose sides. But he countered with his own turmoil. "What about my family? If they find out, they'll think I'm gay too." Small-town gossip spreads like wildfire. His fear mirrored mine, but from the other side, the straight guy caught in the crossfire of someone else's truth. The conversation escalated into an argument. "You should have kept it to yourself," he shouted. "Now everything's awkward." I yelled back, "And live a lie? Suppress who I am for your comfort." We went in circles, each defending our pain. In the heat, he revealed he'd confided in his brother, who advised him to move out. Panic surged through me. "Don't do this, Alex. We can work through it." But he stood firm. "I need distance. I'll crash with friends until I find a new place." The next day, the apartment felt like a ghost town. I scrolled through social media, seeing mutual friends post pictures from parties we'd both attended. Questions came in. "Where's Alex?" I dodged them, but rumors started swirling. One friend, Jamie, cornered me at a bar. "Heard you two had a falling out over some girl. That true?" I laughed bitterly. If only it were that simple. The lie protected Alex, but it isolated me further. Work became my escape, but even there, the drama seeped in. My boss, a kind older woman, noticed my distraction. "Boy troubles?" she joked. I nodded vaguely, and she shared her story. Her son was gay, disowned by his father. "It gets better, but it hurts first," she said. Her words offered solace, but also a grim reality. Acceptance wasn't guaranteed. One evening, Sarah texted me, "Meet for coffee? Need closure." We met at a cafe in Greenwich Village. She looked composed but fragile. "Alex told me everything," she said. My heart sank. "He did." She nodded. "Said your confession made him question his own feelings. But he's straight. Broke up with me because he couldn't focus." Relief mixed with guilt. He hadn't outed me maliciously, but the fallout was real. Sarah hugged me unexpectedly. "It's not your fault. Love's complicated." Her forgiveness was a balm, but it highlighted the collateral damage. As weeks passed, I tried rebuilding. Joined a LGBTQ support group at the community center. Hearing others' stories of rejection but also resilience inspired me. One guy, Mark, shared how confessing to his crush led to a painful split, but eventual self-acceptance. It mirrored my path. Slowly, I started dating again cautiously. A coffee date with a guy from an app felt promising, but Alex lingered in my thoughts. Then, a bombshell, Alex's mom called me. "Ethan, what's going on with my boy? He's been distant." I hesitated, but she pressed. "Is it about his sexuality?" Shocked, I realized Alex had confided in her too. She was supportive, surprisingly, but worried about his dad finding out. The call revealed Alex's internal storm, caught between worlds, fearing judgment. My actions had forced him to face uncomfortable truths. The tension peaked when Alex showed up unannounced. "I can't move out yet," he said. "Lease issues." Living together again was awkward, tiptoeing around each other. Small talk replaced deep conversations. But one night over takeout he cracked. "I miss my friend," he admitted. Tears welled in my eyes. Me too. It wasn't reconciliation, but a start. Yet the damage was done, trust eroded, boundaries redrawn. The price of my truth was a fractured bond, and I wondered if it was worth it. Months dragged on in our strained coexistence. Alex and I navigated the apartment like ships passing in the night. Polite hellos, avoided eye contact. The silence screamed louder than any argument. I'd hear him on the phone with his family, voices raised about life choices. My own parents visited, sensing the rift. Dad pulled me aside. "Roommate troubles? Happens to the best of us." But Mom knew better, hugging me tight. "Hang in there, sweetie. Truth sets you free, even if it's painful." At the support group, I met Tyler, a confident guy in his late 20s. He was out and proud, working as a graphic designer in Manhattan. We bonded over shared experiences, crushes on straight friends, the ache of unrequited love. Our coffee dates turned into dinners, and for the first time I felt seen without judgment. Tyler's kiss was gentle, a contrast to the turmoil with Alex, but guilt nagged. Was I moving on too fast, or healing? Alex noticed. "New boyfriend?" he asked one morning, tone neutral but eyes sharp. I nodded and he forced a smile. "Good for you." But later, I overheard him arguing with his brother on speaker. "It's weird living with him now. What if people think I'm like that?" The words pierced me. Like that. Despite his claims, prejudice lingered. It fueled my anger, pushing me closer to Tyler. The turning point came at a mutual friend's birthday party in Queens. Alex and I both attended, the first social overlap since the confession. Tension crackled as we mingled separately. Midway through, a drunk acquaintance joked, "You two lovebirds fighting?" Laughter erupted, but Alex's face reddened. He pulled me outside. "This is what I meant. Rumors everywhere." I snapped back. "Because you can't handle the truth? Or because you're ashamed?" He admitted, "Both. My dad's old school. He'd disown me if he thought." Trailing off, he revealed his fear of familial rejection, mirroring my own past. That night sparked uneasy dialogues. We talked about societal pressures, the Bible Belt upbringing for him, urban expectations for me. Alex confessed curiosity about the LGBTQ community but fear of association. "It's not you. It's the world," he said. I challenged him. "The world changes when people like you stand up." But he retreated, unwilling to risk his comfort. Meanwhile, Tyler pushed for commitment. "I like you, Ethan, but Alex looms large." He was right. Unresolved feelings hindered progress. I ended things amicably, realizing I needed closure first. The decision cost me a potential relationship, another price tag on my confession. Family dynamics escalated. Alex's dad visited unexpectedly. A burly man from Ohio with strong opinions. Over dinner, forced civility. He ranted about woke culture ruining America. Alex stayed silent, but I couldn't. "Respectfully, sir. Love is love." The room froze. Alex's dad glared. "You one of them?" Alex intervened. "Dad, drop it." But the damage was done. Suspicions planted. Later, Alex confronted me. "Why provoke him?" I replied, "Because silence enables hate." He stormed out but returned hours later, apologetic. "You're right. I've been a coward." For the first time, he opened up about questioning his own sexuality in high school, suppressing it for family approval. My confession had unearthed his buried doubts, forcing confrontation. This revelation shifted our dynamic. We attended a pride event together as friends in Central Park. Alex was nervous, but the vibrant crowd eased him. Seeing couples hold hands, he whispered, "Maybe it's not so bad." But back home, reality hit. His brother called, outing our attendance. Family backlash ensued. Calls from relatives. Accusations of influence. Alex's mom supported quietly, but his dad exploded, threatening to cut ties. The pressure mounted. Alex faced a choice: defend our friendship or appease family. He chose the latter, initially distancing again. "I can't lose them," he said tearfully. Heartbroken, I understood the pull of blood ties, but it hurt, reinforcing my isolation. In therapy, Dr. Ramirez helped. Boundaries protect you. His journey isn't yours. I focused on self-growth, volunteering at an LGBTQ youth center. Mentoring teens facing similar struggles empowered me, turning pain into purpose. Yet betrayal loomed. One day, I discovered Alex had told Sarah details I'd shared in confidence. My past traumas. She confronted me sympathetically, but the violation stung. "Why?" I demanded from Alex. "I needed someone to talk to," he said. Trust shattered further. The cost of vulnerability. As summer approached, lease renewal loomed. Alex suggested parting ways. "It's for the best." I agreed, but sorrow gripped me. We'd both paid dearly. Lost friendship, strained families, emotional scars. The high of truth faded into the grind of consequences. Moving day arrived like a funeral procession. Boxes stacked high, the apartment stripped bare of our shared history. Alex and I exchanged awkward goodbyes, promising to stay in touch, a lie we both knew. As his truck pulled away, I stood alone, the weight of decisions crushing me. Had my love been worth the wreckage? Settling into a smaller place in Harlem, I embraced solitude. Work promotions came, friends rallied, but nights were lonely. Memories of Alex haunted. Late-night talks, inside jokes. I dated sporadically, but comparisons lingered. Tyler reached out, but I declined, not ready. Alex's silence stretched months. Social media showed him thriving. New job, new girlfriend. Jealousy flared, then faded into acceptance. My support group became family. Stories of reconciliation inspired hope, but also realism. Then a surprise, Alex's text. "Can we meet?" We chose a neutral cafe in Midtown. He looked different, thinner, weary. "I've been thinking," he started, "about everything." He admitted therapy helped unpack his reactions. "I was scared, Ethan. Not just of you, but of me." Turns out, my confession triggered his own exploration. He dated a guy briefly, realizing he was bi. Shock rippled through me. "Why tell me now?" I asked. "Because I owe you." Your bravery pushed me. But anger surfaced. "At what cost?" "You hurt me." He nodded, apologetic. "I know. Family's still a mess. Dad barely speaks to me." His coming out had fractured ties, mirroring fears. We talked for hours, dissecting choices. His betrayal? Panic, he said. Forgiveness wasn't immediate, but understanding dawned. This reunion sparked tentative friendship. We met occasionally, boundaries firm, but old feelings stirred for me. Was this second chance or repeated pain? Society's lens complicated. By men often faced erasure, adding layers to his journey. Family intervened. My mom invited Alex for Thanksgiving in Chicago, bold move. He accepted, surprising us. At dinner, tensions eased. My dad even joked about modern love. Alex shared his story cautiously, earning respect. But calls from his family disrupted. Accusations of corruption. He left early, conflicted. Back in New York, Alex faced ultimatum. Family or authenticity. He chose the latter, moving forward despite loss. "It's liberating," he told me. Inspired, I advocated more, speaking at events, challenging norms. Yet, Mouthwan Dao Duk persisted. Had I inadvertently outed him by pushing, or empowered? Debates in groups circled. Honesty versus harm. One night, over drinks, Alex confessed lingering feelings. Maybe I felt something too, back then. The admission floored me. We kissed, tentative, real. But morning brought regret. "Too complicated," he said. We paused, preserving fragile bond. The push-pull intensified. Alex's new relationship with a woman ended amid confusion. He sought solace in me, blurring lines. I pulled back. Can't be your experiment. Hurt, he accused me of abandonment. Argument reignited old wounds. Therapy urged clarity. Define what you want, Dr. Ramirez said. I wanted love, but not at friendship's expense. Alex wanted acceptance, but struggled with identity. A crisis hit. Alex's dad suffered a heart attack. Rushing home, Alex faced bedside confrontation. Be who you are, his dad whispered, regret in eyes. The near loss prompted change, family therapy, tentative bridges. Returning, Alex was transformed. I want to try with you. Hope bloomed, but caution tempered. We dated slowly, navigating minefields. Society's stares, friends' surprise, challenges mounted. But joy emerged. Stolen moments, shared dreams. Yet the price lingered, lost time, scarred hearts. Was this redemption or delayed fallout? Our relationship blossomed amid chaos. Dates in hidden spots, Central Park picnics, indie theaters, evaded prying eyes. But secrecy weighed. Why hide? I asked. Alex feared professional backlash, his marketing job in a conservative firm. Give me time, he pleaded. I acquiesced, but resentment brewed. Friends' reactions varied. Jamie cheered. Finally. Others whispered doubts. Rebound. Sarah, now a friend, warned, protect your heart. Her insight proved prophetic. Family holidays tested us. Christmas with my parents, warm, accepting. Alex's envy showed. His family's thaw was slow. Awkward dinners, forced smiles. His brother remained hostile, calling our bond unnatural. Alex defended fiercely, but cracks appeared. Internal conflicts raged. Alex grappled with by identity. Attraction to women persisted, sparking jealousy in me. It's who I am, he said. I understood intellectually, but emotionally, turmoil. Therapy helped, but doubts festered. Was I enough? A betrayal shattered trust. Scrolling his phone, innocently for a charger, I saw messages from an ex-girlfriend. Flirtatious, recent. Confrontation exploded. Just talking, he claimed. But lies unraveled, emotional affair. I was confused, he admitted. Pain blinded me. Echoes of past hurt amplified. We broke up amid tears. I can't do this, I said. Alex begged, but damage irreversible. The cost. Another heartbreak, self-doubt renewed. Post-breakup, I threw myself into activism. Joined protests for LGBTQ rights, channeling pain into change. Met inspiring people, including a potential partner, Chris, stable out. Dates felt right, no drama. Alex spiraled. Friends reported bar binges, work slips. Guilt tugged, but boundaries held. He reached out. Miss you. I responded kindly, but firmly, heal first. His awakening came via a work incident. Homophobic remark from a colleague. Alex called it out, risking job. For us, he later said, but us was past. Reconciliation attempts followed. Coffee meets turned deep. Apologies, reflections. I betrayed you out of fear, he confessed. Forgiveness came slowly, friendship reborn, platonic. Society's role loomed large. Media stories of discrimination fueled our talks. How do we fight this? We volunteered together, strengthening bond without romance. Personal growth peaked. I published an essay on unrequited love's toll, resonating widely. Alex came out publicly on social media, facing backlash but gaining allies. Yet, lingering questions. Had our paths crossed for pain or purpose? The mouth wan Dao Duk, pushing someone out even indirectly, haunted. As years hinted, we stood at crossroads. Friendship solid, but what if more? The tension built, decisions pending. Time healed, but scars remained. 2 years post-confession, Alex and I were close friends, movie nights, advice sessions without romantic entanglements. I'd found stability with Chris, a teacher who understood my history. Alex dated casually, embracing fluidity. But fate intervened. At a pride parade, we marched side by side. Amid cheers, Alex grabbed my hand. "Still feel it," he whispered. Old flames ignited, complicating everything. Chris noticed my distraction, leading to honest talks. "If it's him, go," he said graciously. We parted amicably, another sacrifice for truth. Alex and I tried again cautiously. Therapy guided, communication key. We addressed past betrayals, setting rules. Family integration progressed, joint holidays, though tense. Societal pressures persisted. A work promotion for Alex required relocation to San Francisco. More accepting, but uprooting. "Come with?" he asked. The choice. Leave New York? Friends? Job? I weighed love versus security. Accepting, we moved. Fresh start brought bliss. Open affection, new community. But challenges arose. Alex's residual doubts surfaced during stress. Am I really bi, or just for you? Arguments ensued, testing resolve. A major conflict. Alex's family reunion. His dad, post-health scare, had softened, but relatives hadn't. At the event, slurs flew. Alex stood firm. Love Ethan or lose me? Ultimatum paid off. Some accepted, others distanced. The win cost familial bonds, echoing earlier losses. In SF, we thrived. I freelanced writing, Alex advanced career. We adopted a dog, symbolizing commitment. But internal awakenings continued. I realized my initial confession, though painful, sparked growth for both. Reflecting, the journey was a tapestry of choices. Confession's shockwave, betrayal's sting, reconciliation's sweetness. Each decision carried weight, freedom's price. As we sat on our balcony, city lights twinkling, Alex turned. Worth it? I nodded but pondered deeper. Was forcing someone to confront their truth, even at great personal cost, ultimately right or wrong?